Hi Danielle, how are you?
Hi Sika, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So Danielle, you have a unique story,
Yes.
and is a miracle in itself and inspiring as well.
Thank you.
You weighed 1 pound 4 ounces when you were born,
Yeah.
and you were given 0.5% chance of living.
Yes, I was.
That's a miracle.
I know.
And you stayed in the hospital for extra 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah,
Yes.
and when you were leaving, you weighed 7
pounds.
Seven
yeah,
pounds.
7 pounds. It's a joy to look back on it. At first, I didn't believe them growing up because I was like, "There's no way." And even people that see me say, "Really, you weighed 1 pound?" Because now that I've grown into a young woman, they say, "There's no way," you know. And just by seeing the pictures, it just brings tears to my eyes every time. Right from the moment I was actually in the palm of my dad's hand up until the moment out of hospital.
That's
I know,
that's
literally
how small it is.
could fit into his hand. That's how tiny I was. So just by seeing that, it's just a blessing and an inspiration to me, knowing that I defied so much odds and I'll continue to do so in my life.
So what has your parents said to you, the experience, the whole pregnancy experience?
My mum had preeclampsia. So basically, preeclampsia is when your organs shut down in your body at a particular moment. Let's say it's 26 to 27 weeks premature within the body. I was in her womb, and literally her blood vessels were gonna like explode, and blood systems were shut down, and just everything. Yeah, and doctor said it's either we save your life, it's either we take your baby from you. And she said no, I'm gonna sacrifice my life on the line for my daughter, no matter what you tell me. And we'll get through this together. Even if I was to die and she was to live, so be it. And I'll never forget that's what she'd done for me, and that's what you call true love, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mother's love, isn't it?
Yeah, she could have easily stuck with the negative report and said, "You know what, I'm going to listen to your report." But no, she fought for me, and she herself was very ill. She couldn't see me for at least, I think, a week or so.
I've read she had a kidney problem as
Yeah,
well.
she did have a kidney problem due to the organs shutting down. And of course, I wasn't getting enough oxygen within her womb, so that's why there was complications. And yeah, like I said, she fought it out, and here we are today.
Did you have any issues growing up?
No, they said I would be brain damaged, I would be blind. They even said I would need to be in like a wheelchair because I wouldn't really be able to walk or function properly like a normal child, but I did.
And you don't go for no checkups, nothing?
Nothing at all.
Tell me your first reaction when they first told you.
I think on my 5th birthday, we went back to my hospital, and I got to meet the parents and have a little tour of the incubator ward and see the doctors that actually looked after me during my period of hospitalisation and incubator ward, and it's just lovely. I remember singing "Oh Happy Day," and it all kind of like sang along and clapped along to it, and that's when Mum actually said, "Look, Danny, you are actually a miracle. Look at the tears in these parents' eyes. Seeing how you lived inspires them that their child can live too." So that's when it really resonated with me, thinking, wow, I was actually born that tiny and could actually impact so many parents in this hospital ward alone. Just one section of this hospital ward I can impact through my story, and I got pictures to show as well. It's just really, really lovely. And big thank you to Diana, my health consultant, who constantly invited me back to the hospital to meet the parents on like my 5th birthday, 18th birthday, 21st birthday, and so on, just to see the miracle in itself, and just bring hope to parents. So thank you, Diana. I've got to give a shout out to you.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. I have a sister called Christina, and I have a brother called Christian.
Oh, you have a brother?
Yeah.
And did your mum experience the same?
No,
she
actually, after me, when I was born, she actually had Christina full term, Christian full term, and it was a miracle itself, because she could have easily not had another kid after me. That's how discouraged they were throughout the process, but she didn't even know she was pregnant with Christina until I think the 5th month or so.
Wow.
So it was a miracle. Doctors kind of told her off for that, but hey, what can you do? If you want kids, you want kids. So
well, was she told not to try anymore, or?
She wasn't told not to try anymore. She was told to take it easy, because after me, it would have been a lot of pressure and burden on her. But yeah, what can you do if, you know, that's just life.
So Danielle, being a miracle baby, you've also grown to be an inspirational woman, a motivational speaker.
Yes.
You're also an author and a film producer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
And you just came out with A Journey of Hope.
So my Journey of Hope is due to be launched by Christmas. is a book about my journey from weighing £1 per ounces to thriving as a 23-year-old. So that talks about bullying, and that talks about low confidence in myself, how to thrive above adversities, how to really counteract negative voices to discourage your dreams. So that's the stuff I talk about and give people a real insight into not just the miracle side to me, but also things that I've had to personally overcome. For example, like I didn't really like being at the self-centre of attention growing up, thinking, oh, she's a miracle baby, she's a miracle star. And that's how I think people saw me like that.
There's more to you.
Yes, there's more to me. I'm going to have insecurities. I'm going to have, negative things I'm going to go through. So therefore, if I mess up, I mess up. It's called life, That responsibility on me was a bit much. And it's only now that I'm really embracing my uniqueness, thinking, okay, yes, I'm the miracle baby, but Danielle's Danielle. She's a film producer. She's wants to make impact through creating platforms for other people to share their stories, or she's just a normal human being, That's it. I'm normal, like everybody else.
Yeah, and that's coming out in December.
Yes, December, just before Christmas.
And what's the message that you want people to take away from the book?
That they too can thrive above every negative adversity in their lives. No matter how young or no matter how old you are, you're going to go through negative adversities from different sectors, doctors, reports, financial pressures, people saying that you can't fulfill your dreams, family turning their back on you, friends turning their back on you, but at the end of the day, you can do it. You just got to have the strength and the courage.
I did say you're a film producer as well.
Yes.
I watched your documentary not long ago. That is called Defying the Odds, Women of Impact.
Yes.
You were with 5 individuals talking about how they've been able to defy the odds.
Yeah. I chose to make this film because I feel like there's not enough platforms out there for women of colour especially to share their stories and their journeys. I've been there myself where I wanted to get on different platforms within the film industry or TV industry, but they said my film wasn't good enough. But that kind of motivated me enough to say, look, no matter what you say, I'm going to still do it.
I'm going for it.
I'm going for it. And even with my previous job as well, the film producer was actually meant to work on a documentary for the Windrush at my workplace at the time. But at the time, because I was the younger person there, they kind of looked down on me and thinking, you don't know it all, basically. So I said, okay, since you're not going to take my idea, I'll use it for myself then. And look how far it's taken me now.
And it was fantastic because it got nominated for the BFI.
Yeah, it's just recently got nominated for the BFI short film documentary. So I'm hoping it all be well with that, and then I'll just see.
I know 2020 has been a roller coaster, but what have you got in the pipeline?
I'm looking to launch an online premature baby platform. It's basically a platform for parents and anybody 18 and above to share their stories of premature birth. I just wanted to do that just to inspire others to just have the platform to share their unique journeys, and of course just connect with other parents internationally who are going through the same experiences as them, who may need hope in a dark situation like this.
I wanted to ask you this earlier, it skipped my mind. Do you think you get treated differently when people know about your background?
Oh yes. Like I said, right from young, I've always had people say, she's basically born like this amount, and even teachers saying that throughout the years that I wouldn't be able to achieve much good grades because they thought I wasn't able to do it due to implications of my birth and other stuff like that. So I've had a lot of things said to me about over the years.
That comes with it.
And again, from high school, I went to college, did a business course there. From college, again, my teacher, she failed my business idea that I'm doing now. And she basically, in front of my whole class, and she said that, you're not going to go far of it.
Because you were born premature?
Yeah, because of my personal story, and she didn't think I was capable enough of doing it. That's in front of my whole class as well. And I could have easily just said, okay, I'm going to give up on it because she said I can't. But again, it was a woman of colour that told me that as well, so that gave me more motivation.
A woman of colour, black woman?
Yeah, black woman told me that as well, in front of my whole class, and people were laughing, saying, she don't know it all, but at the end of the day, I'm doing it now. So
and you've managed to overcome these.
Yeah, I'm saying this to encourage someone who's maybe watching, saying, look, don't let anybody discourage you from fulfilling your dream, you're more than capable. So,
not everyone is going to have issues being born
premature.
Exactly.
But even if you go through public scrutiny, you can still keep your head up high and say, I'm going to do it no matter what you tell me.
Watching your documentary, you did state that faith played a massive role in your parents' life.
Faith has played a major part in our lives. If it wasn't for faith, I don't think my parents would have survived through that traumatic experience of my birth. Again, there's people praying all over the world for me. I'm talking about Jamaica, Africa, America, India. Literally the news spread, because my grandma, and whatever, she had people in church who told people to pray urgently for her granddaughter to live. And again, faith helped my parents knowing that they could pray at any time to God, saying, like, God, just take us through this moment with our daughter. We want her to live, no matter what negative reports doctors say. She will live. And even when negative words spoken over me, a true story, my mum told me that there was this one consultant that spoke over my heart rate, and that one word made it go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one negative word, and she had to ask her to like leave the incubator ward, and her and my dad would pray and speak life back into me, and then as soon as they'd done that, it would go back up, literally went back up in front of their eyes. So you have power to speak life into your situation, to speak life into every negative adversity that you go through. Because God is there with you.
And that's why you became a miracle baby.
Yes, that's why. Again, even my faith journey, throughout my life, I've not been perfect, you know. I'm going to have challenges and sometimes say, God, where are you, you know. But my mum's encouraged me to really keep my faith strong in God, knowing that he always comes through. It may not be at the time we want, but he'll always come through at the right time.
Always comes on time.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so inspired, and I'm sure a lot of people are inspired by your story. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Oh, it's a pleasure.